we will talk about, or you need to understand, what is action and what is reaction. Something happens and something else happens in return. That's happen again, right? So, when I do this very hard, my hand will begin to hurt. What happens here is that the floor is reacting and pushing my hand back. Right? When I kick the floor like this, very hard, my hand will rise like this because the floor is reacting to my big slap. And remember, have you seen those karate people, masters, black belt? They take a brick or a solid piece of wood and they hit, and the wood breaks, the brick breaks, and nothing happens to their hand. What happens? This is a miracle. How do they do it? If you do it, your hand will start bleeding. You will get cut here and bruised. If you take a brick and hit it in the middle, you will get hurt. Because the brick will react and hit you back, and you will start bleeding here. But the karate masters, they do it in such a way, there is a technique. They hit it, brick breaks, and nothing happens here. Because there is a very split second gap in reaction. You see? So, if you watch it somewhere, somebody do it, what they do? They hit it, immediately move their hand up.
They're not going like
They are not going like, they are doing like this. So by the time the brick reacts, his hand is out. He doesn't get hurt. And in that wave, the brick breaks. Because there is nothing stopping its reaction. It's trying to push it back. But there is nothing to push back. And because of the force that it received earlier, it splits the brick. You see? So there is a gap. Now this gap is very important. When somebody tells you something that you don't like, what happens? You immediately get upset or get annoyed. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking like everybody. Sometimes
You told it to me like yesterday.
Yeah, I told you secret. So when suppose somebody said something, somebody listen. Suppose somebody said, "You are stupid."
You just said thank you.
Suppose somebody said you are stupid. What would you do?
I don't know.
What some people will do? Some people will say, no, I'm not stupid. You are and then there is some argument or fight.
Or they would just ignore the person.
You react.
Or you can say, I don't care. It doesn't matter.
What about this? Or you could say, thank you, what a nice compliment.
Yeah. Or somebody gets upset and says something that is not, he shouldn't say, right?
You should say,
thank you,
that's a
thank
nice
you.
compliment.
And then move away. Because when you react, listen, when you react, you create a fight. Or you ask yourself, is he telling the truth? Suppose somebody says you are stupid. You ask, is he telling the truth? I'm not stupid. So he's lying. Why should I care?
Why should I care?
Suppose he's right.
There are times.
Suppose somebody said you made a big mistake, and you know, yes, I made a big mistake. So you tell him, you don't start arguing. No, I didn't make it. You know yourself you made a mistake. So you say, okay, thank you. Ignore it and you correct the mistake. But if somebody tells you you are crazy, listen, but somebody tells you are crazy. You don't think you're not crazy. They say he doesn't know me. He doesn't know me. How does he know I'm crazy? He doesn't know me. Just ignore and go. Or say, thank you for the compliment. Right?
Nice compliment.
And
there.
yeah. Or if somebody says that really makes you upset, right? Then instead of starting a fight or argument, you say, okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll talk to you tomorrow about it. And by tomorrow, he will forget it, and you will forget it. Everybody will be friend. So there is a Buddha story about this, about anger. So as you know, I've told you, Buddha was a great teacher. And he used to walk from one village to the next all day. Evening he will reach there, wherever he finds some people, some houses. He'll take a bath through the well water, or if there is a lake or a river, and then those people will give him food. He will take food, and then in the evening he will come at the center of that village and sit down. People will sit around him and he will teach them something. Everybody, the news gets around in the whole area. Oh, Buddha will be coming tomorrow, or he's here, let's go. So everybody comes, sit down, and sometimes Buddha tells a story, sometimes he teaches something, he teaches meditation, all these things happen. So one time what happened, that there was a man in that village. He noticed that everybody in his family is missing. He said, where are they? Then he found out, or he saw, oh, they are all sitting there around Buddha. And he said, yeah, but the house is dirty and there is no food, and he starts thinking, he starts getting angry. And everybody is sitting there wasting time, and then he looks around and everybody has their eyes closed, their meditation and quiet and not doing anything. So he thinks everybody is wasting time and it's a bad idea. And he gets angry. He gets angry and he walks out and goes near Buddha. People are sitting around and he spits on his face. He spits on his face and he starts saying, you are wasting time, everybody is doing nothing here, they should be doing something useful. Buddha opens his eyes and smiles and closes his eyes, says nothing. All the other people are upset. They want to get up and beat up this guy. But because Buddha is looking around and quietly, everybody stays quiet, does nothing. So this man who's just spit on Buddha's face, he thought that people will he said nobody's upset. And he started insulting Buddha, you're taking everybody's time and you're not saying anything. And Buddha, no reply, no reaction. And then he looks around, everybody is giving him a dirty look. So he kind of feels embarrassed and goes back home. Goes back home, all evening he was thinking, he was feeling something very bad. He said, these people are, whatever they are doing, I don't know. Buddha is there and I insulted him. He just looked at me and smiled. He's like so gentle and kind. All night he was thinking. And he was not feeling good, twisting and turning, couldn't sleep. He felt so sorry insulting Buddha on his own. See? because nobody reacted. Buddha didn't react, he just gave him a smile. Next morning he gets up, he said, I must go and apologize. So in the morning, Buddha is doing his morning meditation, Surya Namaskar, and this man goes very gently and politely and touches his feet. I am so sorry. I insulted you.
And Buddha
Please forgive me.
smiling.
Please forgive me. Listen. He looks at him and he said, I cannot forgive you. People sitting around were surprised. The first time Buddha said, I cannot forgive you. So he started explaining. He said, do you remember I came yesterday and I spat on your face and I cursed you, I insulted you? I am asking for forgiveness. Can you forgive me? He said, I cannot forgive you because you haven't done anything to me. He said, but I did yesterday. He said, yesterday, that was a different person. Now you have changed.
Oh, I've
You
heard this
haven't
story
done
before.
anything to me.
Yeah.
If you realize your mistake, you feel sorry, you have done nothing to me. The one who insulted me was yesterday. That was a different person. That person is no more here. That person, if I meet him again, I will forgive him. But you are not that person anymore. You have changed your opinion. You have learned something. So I welcome you, and he blessed him. Okay? So that's a beautiful story to learn from.